Welcome. In this video, I'm going to preview the 10 blocks that you will use for this assignment. The first block is called Go to X, Y. This moves the sprite to a specific location. You'll have to think about this like a coordinate plane in a math class. Imagine that 0, 0 is the center of your screen. X will move us right for a positive number or left for a negative number. Y will move you up for positive or down for negative. The go to block is found in the blue motion. We can drag it over. Let's put in some values. I'm going to do 100 for X and negative 100 for Y. That should move me right and down, and I can click on it to see what it will do. Okay, so again, you'll notice Sprite had been in the middle, and now he moved down and right. That's the Go To button. Our next block is the glide. The glide button is similar to the Go To. It's going to move to a location based on X and Y. But here you're going to actually be able to see it move. So it will glide for a specific length of time. So you can change how long it takes to move and where it moves to. Again, this is in the blue motion category. Glide, let's make it move a little bit slower. We're going to say glide 3 seconds. And it had a value filled in for me. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so I can make sure I can see it. Okay, click on it. Okay, and you can see him slowly moving to that particular location. Now let's look at the say block. This makes your character speak using text bubbles. We can change the word it says and how long that appears. The say button block is under the looks category. So it's purple. I can drag that out. It currently says say hello for 2 seconds. I'm going to update that and make it say I love math for 3 seconds. Okay, you'll notice the speech bubble appears and then it goes away. Our next block is actually a pair, show and hide. So what we can use it for is to hide our sprite, have him move, and then have him reappear somewhere else. So in order for the show and hide blocks to be meaningful, something has to happen in between them. So again, these are in the purple looks. I'm going to start with the hide block. Okay, you'll notice he disappears. I can drag out the show block and he'll come back. To get a better idea of how to use this, I'm going to go back to my move category. So I have combined my hide and show blocks with a wait in between. That means he'll be gone for a little bit, and then I'm going to have him move in there too. Okay, so it's hiding. We're waiting my 3 seconds. Then it moved and he reappeared. That's the hide show blocks. Our next block is set size to %. This changes the size of your sprite. So the original sprite is 100%. If you want to make him bigger, you need to put a % bigger than 100. Or you want to make him smaller, you could put a number smaller than 100. In your program, I should be able to see that your sprite changes size. So in the looks column towards the bottom here, set size to %. Right now he's full size. If I change this to 10%, notice he got really tiny. I can make it 100 and he'll be back full size. Or I could put something bigger, like 300, and he'll become extra large. So set size to %. Now let's look at the play sound until done block. There are different blocks that will play a sound. Often, when you play the sound, your next steps will happen. So he might be meowing and moving at the same time. In the play sound until done, nothing else will happen until after he is done meowing or whatever it is we tell him to do. Okay, so now I'm in this other purple sound box. Notice the top one here says play sound meow until done. I pull it over here. I could record or find some other sounds. I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay, he meows. And what would happen if I put another block on here? Now I have play meow until done, and then he will move 10 steps. So notice he didn't move until after my sound was done. Next is the wait block. Wait provides a break in between your actions or your steps. It's a pause. This is in the control section. We actually had done this one before. We're going to wait, and often this is in between actions. So for example, I could have him move 10 steps, wait 2 seconds, and then turn. Usually this would happen so quickly, there wouldn't feel like there was a pause in between there. So let's look at it now. So he moved, there was a slight pause, and then he turned. Our next control block is the repeat. We can put other blocks inside this one, and anything inside there will repeat the number of times we want. So in my control panel, I'm going to take the repeat block out here. In order for anything to happen, I need to put something inside of it. I'm going to have him turn, but so that I can see his turn, I'm actually going to put a wait block inside too. Okay, so I'm going to repeat 10 times that he's going to turn with a half-second wait in between. So he's going to repeatedly turn 10 times, and he paused just slowly in between. I'm going to redo it so you can see what it looks like if I didn't have that wait. Notice how much faster he turned. So that was an example of the repeat, and last time I also used the wait. The last block I'm showing you is actually what you'll start with. This block will control when the sprite starts the actions. So there are blocks where we could say we start when you press the space bar or when you click on the sprite. These go at the top of our program. Notice that nothing can connect above, but they can below. So previously, the way I was making the cat move was just clicking on an individual block. Okay, now imagine I want to put this together as a program. Click once on the sprite and have everything go. This is found in the yellow events category. So I'm going to take when this sprite clicked. So now if I click on the sprite, that's when the action is performed. Now your task is to put together those 10 blocks I showed you into some creative program. I must be able to see the impact that each of those blocks had on your sprite. I look forward to seeing what you will create.